Hey guys, I'm Miranda and today's video will be on spiritual slash herbal baths. For the purpose of this video, spiritual and herbal will be used interchangeably. I will be giving a brief history on what a spiritual bath is, and then I will also show an instructional on how I prepare my spiritual bath. So for starters, spiritual baths have been used for thousands of years throughout basically most religions and cultures. In ancient Egypt, you've seen it where royalty has taken baths with milk and whatever was around. Even in some religious practices, it has been used for women after their menstrual cycle to basically purify them and make them clean again to interact with the rest of their community. I think that's a really interesting way to put things, because when it comes to a menstrual cycle, as you know, blood is emitted from a woman's body, and blood is usually seen as unclean. Blood also has other meanings when it comes to different religions, and it's also a life force. Some other practices also use it to ward off negative energy, to bring in abundance, or even for special occasions like on a woman's wedding day, the night before, she may get a bath as a new phase of her life and entering it. So there are so many different types of reasons for taking a bath. For whatever reason you want to take it, it should really just depend on you and what you're most comfortable with. I know that I use spiritual baths as a way for self-care for myself and really to just be mindful of me. I'm usually just on the go running, and when I take a spiritual bath, I'm able to just pause. So the first step in getting a spiritual bath is to prepare your products, your herbs for what you'll be using in your bath. A spiritual bath is really important because skin is the largest organ on the body, and basically while you're immersing yourself in the water, your body is coming in contact with the herbs that you're putting into this bath. So be mindful of the reason that you want to use certain herbs and what exactly it is that you're trying to achieve or manifest. So you can do Google searches, you can go to different botanicas, even to nurseries for the herbs that you are looking for or that you may want. You can also visit local grocery stores in the produce area. They have herbs for you. I've also gone to different ethnic stores, be it Indian or Asian, and they usually have a better selection of herbs, spices, flowers that you may want to use. It's definitely broader, and I found that the price on these things can be cheaper while the quality to me is better. When it comes to an herbal bath, you want to be mindful of the time that you're doing this. Try to set aside a time where you will be able to take this bath. If you don't have a bath, you can still follow the instructions and everything that you see in the video for how I prepare my bath. Just make sure that you put your stuff in, I guess, like a bowl or something, and after you shower yourself as you would regularly do, you can just put the contents of what you would use in a spiritual bath over your body. You can just, like, put it in a large jar or basin or something and just splash it over your body from your head to your toe. When you take a spiritual bath, you want to actually get a shower first to clean yourself of any debris, and also to make sure that your water is going to be mostly clean and pure. I know some people have an issue, like, they don't believe in taking baths because it's like soaking in your dirt. Well, that's not going to be the case with this spiritual bath, because you would have taken your bath already. After you take your bath, do not put lotion or anything on, and try to air dry. So with all of this going on, a spiritual bath is going to take a while. So like I said before, make sure you have the time to do this. Now, after you take your shower, you're going to start running your bath water. Well, you're going to clean your shower, your tub again to make sure all that dirt is gone. You know, cleanliness is next to godliness. Make sure that the area is clear, and then you're going to run your water again for your herbal bath. While you're running the water, you can start to put the contents of your herbal bath in the tub. What I normally do is I may boil my herbs and whatnot over a stovetop. It's still going to be very hot and warm, and as the water from my bath is running, I put that into the bath. You can also store your, I'm not quite sure how to say it, but you can store your herbs after you've boiled them or let them sit out for a time that you would want to use it. So some people also don't boil their herbs. They'll just put it in like a jar with water and keep it outside where the sun can get to it and just let it steep that way. Some people also boil their stuff on their stove, strain everything, put it in a bottle, and still put it outside in the sun or in the moonlight. That really depends on you, what it is that you're looking for. Please keep in mind that when you are doing these baths, to be very mindful. If you want to read the Bible or whatever religious text that you use, you can do that. If you want to think about what it is that you would like to bring into your life, this is a great time to do it, because herbal baths can sort of, they're going to calm you and still you. Also, when I say about the time, be mindful of that, because if you have things to do later on in the day, you may not want to take this bath early in the morning unless you're not going to be doing something till much later in the day. I normally try to take a spiritual bath late at night just because I know that it's going to be easier for me. Now, I think that basically covers everything. The date that you take it is really on you. Some people take it with the new moon, the full moon. Some people take it for 7 days straight. Other people just do it whenever they feel the need to take one. You know, you may just feel like, hey, I just really want to cleanse my body and get everything in alignment. Some people may take the bath with the solar solstice or the equinoxes. It's really up to you. You can make a spiritual bath how you want it to be. Like I said, you can pick up flowers. It can be as luxurious or as simple as you will it to be. All that matters is the intention and the purpose and reason for doing this, and hopefully you have great intentions. So with that said, now I will show you how I prepare my spiritual bath. Hello, so right now, as part of my spiritual / herbal bath, I put in here all of my dried herbs. So this is jasmine, the jasmine flowers, and this is actually the bottle that it came in. You can purchase this from, I normally get it from Asian stores. Other ethnic grocery stores do sell it. I like that it does come in a large can. This is actually small. I have seen it in much larger cans. I just haven't seen it here really in Texas, but I know that there's a store in Hempstead, New York that sells like a really large tin for like $6-7. Perfect for your bathing, perfect for, you know, just taking herbal teas. So that's in there. I have a few bay leaves in, cinnamon, alfalfa, rue, and also hyssop leaves. Hyssop leaves is it's been used since biblical times, really for purification. And when you take these herbal baths, you just want to have the best experience for yourself. I'm going to put this to the side, and now I'm going to start mixing my powdered herbs together. Excuse me. So the first one that I'm going to use, and I normally use a half a tablespoon I normally use a tablespoon for things, usually a half a tablespoon for my herbs. This right here is the Chinese 5-spice. This has, I think, ginger, star anise, quite a few herbs in it. You can always do your research on that. Now for the powdered herbs, you don't need as much because it has been broken down. I am going to put a little bit of ginger root in. And I'm really more so like eyeballing these. You put in what you feel you need based on yourself. As always, make sure that you do your research on your herbs and what it is that you want surrounding you. I do love having flowers in my bath. You can also purchase live flowers as well, such as roses, to make it more for you, more luxurious, however you want things to be. I am going to put some matcha in because matcha is very antioxidant. When it comes to putting matcha in, you don't want to put a lot of it in because matcha can give you a lot of energy. I really want the green tea more for, you know what, I'm not going to put the matcha in this because I'm actually planning on taking this bath later on tonight. But what I am going to do, I'll be right back. I'm going to get my turmeric. Okay, so now I have my turmeric. I'm going to put a lot of this in. The reason why these baths are also really great is because skin is the largest organ. So once you take this bath, you're really going to immerse your skin in all of these ingredients. And I'm just mixing it up. I'm doing this right now more so for the video purpose. You can really just put everything together in a pot or pan and just let it boil. So now that I've mixed everything, I am going to come back to you once I start to boil this stuff. Hi, so right now I'm in my kitchen letting my herbs boil down. You do not need to use a pot as big as this. However, this was the first pot that I found. I fill this pot halfway up with water and let the water boil. The reason why I did this is because I do not want my herbs to overcook. Once the water reached the boiling point, I then lowered the heat and added my herbs. As the herbs are cooking, you're going to smell them and it's going to have a great scent in your house based off of the herbs that you added to this. As you can see, it's steaming up. And this is basically done because all these herbs have been in here for about 20 minutes. Okay, so these are the herbs and the dried flowers that I have. This smells really good. I can smell the jasmine and the cinnamon. And what I'm going to do is turn the heat off, let this cool down, and continue to steep with no heat. So now what I'm going to do is sift the herbs from the water and have it go into this. So the herbs are here, and this is the water. Hey guys, so this is the water with the herbs removed from it. The water has a yellowish tint to it, most likely because I added turmeric to this. Now that this water is done, you have options. You can immediately pour this into a bath and use it. Hey guys, so now that your water has strained, you have options. You can use the water immediately, which is what I like to do because the water is still warm, or you can wait for the water to cool off more, put it in the refrigerator and use it within a day. Or you can wait for the water to cool off and let it sit outside in the sunlight or moonlight. If you're going to do this, please make sure it's in a mason jar or some type of airtight container where bugs and pollen can't get into the water. When you're ready to use the water, as said before, you're going to make sure that you've showered first. You're going to run the water, and then you're going to add this water while your bathtub water is running. You can use candles, you can have crystals, flower petals, whatever works for you while you're doing this. I recommend doing this at a time where you know that you're not going to be disturbed, and if this is your first time having a spiritual bath, to do it on a day that you have off if you can, because you don't know how your body is going to react to the herbs. Some herbs such as lavender induce sleep, not to mention baths are relaxing, and during this time you should be meditating and thinking about the intentions that you want going forward to manifest in your life. I normally stay in the tub for about 45 minutes to an hour, but I recommend at least being in the water for 30 minutes and making sure that every part of your body is touched by the water. If you wear weaves or wigs, you know, let the water touch your wig and stuff. If you don't want it to touch your scalp as much, let it hit as much of your body as it can. When my hair is in its natural state, I make sure to immerse my head in the water just so that every part of your body is touched by it. When you're done being in the tub, you're going to let the water drain and you're going to get out of the tub and air dry. Do not rinse yourself off. Do not take another shower. Let yourself air dry with this water absorbing into your skin. And once that's done, you can add your lotions or whatever, or you can add your lotions the next day if this is at night, or you know, basically whatever works for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comment box below, and thank you for watching my video.